Hey cuties, so this video is going to be majorly different from my normal content. I really didn't want to end this year without making a video, taking a second to really talk about this year and how crazy it's been for everyone. I mean, we've dealt with a global pandemic and looked into the eye of racial injustice and really seen the absolute worst of what humanity can provide. And I just thought that it would be so important to just see how everybody's doing and take a second to really stop and reflect, as well as share with you some of my personal struggles with 2020. Everybody did not have it easy, and I really want to take a second to look to my community, and I found some people who agreed to be in a video and talk about their experiences in 2020. I wanted to ask them 3 questions. What has your 2020 been like? How has this year affected you? Has it had any lasting effects in that sense? And what can I do as myself to make this year better for them or end it on a more positive note? So these are their responses. We played a couple games of Apex, had a lot of fun, and yeah, I hope you all enjoy this video. I feel like it has a lot of heart and a lot of really important things that need to be heard. So yeah, much love, you guys. I hope you enjoy it. Mwah. How many times have you actually played this season?
Not that much, to be honest.
It's okay. I know that a lot of people were playing the season and then they just kind of dropped off because it was very sweaty at the start. But it's been genuinely fun. It's been genuinely fun. What else have you been up to?
I mean, honestly, I've just been really busy with college, because I've had a lot of projects. But other than that, I've been vibing and drawing and just doing my hobbies. Not that much to do in the pandemic.
How has the pandemic and everything affected you? How has your year progressed? Has it been weird?
I don't think it has really affected me as much as it would have affected other people, because as an introvert, I actually kind of enjoyed the pandemic over anything. Not enjoyed as in, but
yeah, not the pandemic itself, but being in quarantine was kind of,
yeah, being in quarantine was actually really nice. I had a lot of time to focus on my hobbies and myself and just have fun in general and discover more things about myself, who I was and my sexuality and all that. I've discovered that in the pandemic.
Oh, congratulations. That's so good. Very important question I have for you. What can I do to make your 2020 even better? What can I do for you?
You?
Yeah, what can I do for you?
I mean, just hanging out with you honestly made it better, so,
Are you but what can I do for you other than just hanging out with you? I want to hang out in the Discord more, and everybody in there has been so supportive of me and my content, and just it has really helped me through quarantine too, because I went through a serious bout of depression and anxiety. It got really bad, and I don't ever get super real in my videos because I always try to keep it really positive, but it did get really hard. And so just having the support system of my Discord and the people that watch my videos was really helpful to me. So this is just my way of giving back to the people who really matter to me. Is there a charity or some specific charity that you would like to see me donate to?
Yeah, I would love that. I'd love to find a charity that actually means a lot to me.
All right, perfect. That makes me so happy.
No, honestly, this talk with you right now is just actually making me really happy. I just think it's genuine and nice. It's nice to just stop and have a conversation.
And I used to do it all the time. I used to be in the Discord a lot, and then a lot of different stuff happened this year, like family members dying and just dealing with everything that this year gave us,
But at least we survived it, Oh.
Exactly. At least we survived the lowest bar possible for 2020. But we did it, We're here. So, Aiden, I've been needing to ask, what has your 2020 been like?
Honestly, not great. It's been tough, but still here, still kicking.
Have you been like doing school? Have you been,
I actually have never been to like college or anything. Like I wanted to, but I really couldn't like afford anything like that. So I'm not really like focused on that kind of stuff. I mostly just focus on work and stuff like that. And my mom recently was put into the hospital. So yeah, so I'm
sorry.
It's it's just how the year's been, I think. Yeah. I wish it was better things to tell you. It's really not that great.
Well, that's the reality of this year, everybody's been dealing with their own stuff.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, I've had a couple deaths in my family. My anxiety, it hasn't been this bad since I was in high school. And that was when I was, medicated, like taking seizure meds and to avoid like how bad like things really got for me.
It's been really rough, but like I think like playing with you and stuff and like watching your content has like helped me so much. Like I've met like 2 of my best friends through your Discord.
Really?
Yeah.
Who are your friends?
We play Apex all the time together. Her name is Queen and another one is Light.
And bless them, dude.
Yeah. We all met through your Discord and it's really cool. Like we've been friends for like a year and a half now.
That's a while. Wow.
Yeah.
How do you think this 2020 has affected you emotionally? Or I guess like how have you dealt with everything that's come your way?
God. I would say a lot of like I've had to go through a lot of it alone, but I do have like a few best friends, that have helped me through a lot. And it's like it's good that I can depend on people, but like sometimes they only understand so much.
Oh! What are you doing in there?
What?
They were like right here.
He was just vibing.
He was just vibing.
With like the pandemic and everything, it's also really scary to do anything.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, it's been hard, but it's nice to have that support with me.
Well, I'm so glad that you have that support because, like, a lot of people.
Some people are going through this alone.
Yeah, it's a really interesting time. I never thought that I would be living through something like a global pandemic. I never thought that I'd be living through such intense racial movements. Honestly, like this type of unrest, I never thought that I would live to see it. And it's even scary. It's even scarier because like, I feel like with me, I'm adopted. So I was raised in a Caucasian household and it's scary for me because I'm just like I want them to know that I would be out there protesting if I could, but also my family works in healthcare and I can't risk contaminating my mom who works with my aunt and they're out hiring caretakers.
You just gotta keep yourself safe.
Yeah, like it's just I want to do so much and I just feel like I either don't have the right, even though like I've dealt with the same things. I've dealt with racism. I've dealt with different things that have really hurt me because of the color of my skin. And I guess it's just a really rough position to be in, and it's a really scary time. That leads me to my third and final question for you. What can I do for you to make your 2020 end on a better note? And what can I do to help you get through this 2020? You have options. Would you like me to get you something that will help you with just staying positive? Would you like me to pay for something of yours that you've been really wanting? And we can do some shopping and everything too.
Oh my god. Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm
Really?
100% serious. What would
That's
you like?
gosh, is it bad that I like head empty?
No, like if you need more time, because I told Teresa like to about the charity thing, and Teresa was just like, well, give me a bit and I'll come back with a charity that I really care about and I really want to support. And I was like, yeah, that's fine. I'll talk to you later then,
Right.
Aiden.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, anytime.
Right.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
So Lupe, what has your 2020 been like?
It's been I want to say super stressful.
Yeah.
Mainly because during this whole like pandemic, I always want to say epidemic, but it's pandemic. I've kind of been in the middle of it because I do work in the medical field. So
really? So you're working the front lines basically?
Basically, yeah. So I have patients that are like that have the virus and everything.
Oh
so
my
I'm having
gosh.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Have you had
Just
it
a
at
little-
any point?
I myself haven't, but I have.
Bless.
We had to shut down one of our normal shifts because I work with dialysis patients.
Oh my
So we had to
gosh.
shut down one of our shifts that was full of 24 patients and open a COVID unit. So yeah, it's been hard on all of us at the clinic. And I've actually had to test myself about 3 times now.
With the nose thing? Is that painful?
It's so painful. It's so bad.
Oh.
Yeah, it's bad.
Wow, so you're legitimately working the front lines and dealing with the virus up close. How has that affected you? Like, has it like has this 2020 like affected like you in any lasting way?
Yes, my husband has actually been out of work for about the whole entire year.
Oh my gosh. How have you guys been supporting yourself if that's not like too intrusive?
Basically the unemployment that's been helping us, and then he's actually had a couple of jobs.
Oh.
But they're not something that's like
Super sustainable right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Are you like all in the running to get a vaccine, or have you gotten the vaccine yet?
I know in Texas is the second state to get it. So our clinic actually has been what's it called? Registered as one of the ones that is going to give the virus. And as a 20-something-year-old woman without children, they keep telling me don't get the virus because it's going to alter your DNA. And I'm just like, I don't know what to believe anymore, but I want to get the virus just because I want to, want to be comfortable around my family, and I'm not.
Yeah.
I come home and I have to take my scrubs off, my shoes off, and I have to
basically delouse like my father was when he was working here, because that's what he would do. Like, he would take off all of his clothes, put them in the washer, and then he would basically just like run to the bathroom to like, get in the shower. So it's just like a whole decontamination. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to be with like a hot shower. Hot.
Ooh.
Like scorching hot.
I guess my final question is, what can I do for you to make your 2020 easier, or just like in general, what can I do for you to make this not as garbage of a year as it already has been?
Honestly, I'm gonna be real honest. Just getting to be on a voice call with you and even playing with you is like this big thing for me, because you already know I'm a very big fan of you. When you came into my stream one time and I like completely fangirled, I was like, why did I do that? But
no, it was so cute. And I really wish that I had like more time. Like back then, I was so swamped with like everything that I was trying to do. I think man. And I knew you in passing from like my own streams and like my own like content and stuff. Like you were always just so sweet. So I knew that the second that I was doing this, like just giving back to my community, just giving back for this garbage year, like I knew you had to be one of the people. Like I was instantly like, when the list came through, I'm like, all right, Lupe is definitely one of the people, And it's just...
that is so sweet.
I want to do something nice for like your unit. So like, can I buy like lunch for your unit, like a little like collective lunch or something? Like something like cute like that? Do you think they would enjoy that?
Okay. So if you're thinking about donating, there's I'm sorry, I'm trying not to get emotional. My unit gets a lot of stuff already from other companies. But my best friend's brother is looking at top surgery.
Oh.
So if donating is something that you're interested in, I would love and appreciate it if that would be one of the things that you could donate to.
100%. We'll discuss later, and I'll send over some months to help out with that. That's so sweet that you would think about something like that.
Her and her family are very close to me. Okay, so I met her through Apex, and she lives in Ohio, and obviously, you know, I live in Texas. But we became so close, and she came down to visit me. So like we've met, and we play every day, and it's just she's so close to me, and she means so much to me. So I try to get as much as attention as I can about her brother's surgery, as much as I can, you know.
That's so nice. That's so sweet, Lupe. You're so great. I love you so much.
It's interesting to have somebody to even like ask like, how's your 2020 going? Because nobody really does sit and say, how do you feel? Like, how have you felt? Because like 2020 has been so stressful on like mentally, and like I personally have had to like I say like a lot. My streaming has been put on a halt. I'm not really on social media anymore, and I was so worked up, you know, with the streaming and the YouTube and trying to get something out there that it was just so mentally stressful. And I just one day was just like, I need to stop, because this is not.
Sometimes you just need to take a break, you know?
Yeah. And so like the whole end of November and the whole month of December, like I've just been chilling out, reading comics and spending more time with my husband, and just playing games to play the game, not to try and make content, because that was always my problem, always trying to get content out of everything and not really enjoying myself. So that's something I learned in 2020.
I never would have thought that I would live through a pandemic like this. I never would have thought that, you know, I would see like the entire world shut down the way that it has. And just seeing how easily breakable society really is. It just, and seeing the political and racial like unrest.
There's a quote that I've always kind of kept close to my heart that says, we are a world of imperfect people trying to be perfect. And so that's kind of like it plays into basically we are very selfish as human beings, and it really proved that. Like this year really proved that
100%
we can be
proved
very selfish.
Lupe, I hope that we can actually play more in the future too, because everybody that I play with, it's been so fun, you know, and I'm always hurting for people to play with, and so this has been really nice.
All right.
I'll talk to you later.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
bye.
Have a good one. Bye. We're Gucci, Siren.
Oh boy, it's time to be my boy, my husband, my dearest love, my comfort character.
You really do be a comfort character, huh?
Yeah, it used to be Bloodhound. I have their heirloom on the Xbox. Now I have an heirloom on the Xbox that I can't use. Feels bad. Well, I mean I could, but the Xbox is in my living room and I'm a hermit, so I stay in my room all the time. And that's where my PS4 is.
Well, that actually leads in my first question for you. What has your 2020 been like? What has it consisted of?
Oh boy. I'd say the biggest thing for me, which actually started in December, but like on the 22nd, is that I started testosterone last year. And I also had my legal name change in January. So I thought, wow, 2020 is gonna be the best year ever. It wasn't.
Yeah.
But it wasn't too bad. I had a lot of great times, up and down. I guess my biggest achievement, I'd say that was the best, is that I became an affiliate on Twitch.
Congratulations!
It's an up and down year, but I think it's been a pretty decent year considering all things.
Do you think that this year affected you in like any lasting way? Is there anything that you think will just stick with you after this year?
I definitely think that it's encouraged me to pursue what I want more. Because a lot of the time I was settling on what other people would want for me and expect from me. And I think it's really encouraged me to just go and see what do I want to do and go and do it. But in the negative sense, I think it's sort of affected my ability to be out in a public setting.
Oh.
Because I am neurodivergent and I already had issues just in general being in public, functioning as a able-bodied person, able mind. So I've noticed definitely I'm a lot more sensitive to things I used to not be. Sort of like going outside, dealing with loud noises and stuff.
You're just not used to... Well, none of us really get to go out anymore, so do you think that it took away some of your desensitization?
Yeah, because I remember starting college, I had a lot of issues doing it, but I eventually desensitized myself to, like, handling all the noise, all the socialization. Again, I've gotten the courage to do more, but I've lost a lot of the ability to do what I could before.
Do you think that with the vaccine and everything being out, do you think you'll be able to get back that where you were previously? Or do you think it'll take you some time?
I think it'll definitely take some time, but also because I don't want to force myself to do what to just basically force myself to act normal as I had to when I was going through college. Because I'm not normal. I'm a person with a lot of disabilities that I have to take care of and make sure that I'm not affecting my mental health negatively. I know I have to just keep in mind that, and that's something I struggled with a lot. Like, I always told myself you have to end up being normal and functioning normally, when ultimately I'm very neurodivergent. I have a lot of disabilities not the average person does. And I have to learn to be careful and gentle with myself. And I think that's what we needed to all learn this year, that we need to be gentle with ourselves.
Exactly. Everybody's
because
been so...
we're not machines.
Yeah, exactly. We're not machines. We're human beings. And if there's anything I've also learned this year is that none of us are perfect. There are a lot of deeply flawed people in this world. And everybody's going through their own stuff. Everybody's dealing with things the way that they know how.
As awful as this year has been for some parts, I think definitely there have been parts that will teach us all to be careful with ourselves, because we are soft and tender as humans. We can't just expect ourselves to constantly be perfect, because no one is ever perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
And we can't expect that of ourselves.
Oh, Siren. I wish I could give you a big hug, or like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I guess that leads into my final question. What can I do for you that will make this year a little bit easier to deal with, or make it a little bit better in your eyes? What can I do for you?
I think the best thing that you can do is just keep being you and take care of yourself first and foremost. Because I know, like, learning myself, I'm definitely nowhere near any position as you are, but making content as an artist, as a streamer, people will burn themselves out trying to accommodate and take care of others. And I just think it's most important to take care of yourself. Because you can't pour water from an empty pitcher.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm like... Oh, this year has been so rough.
Oh yeah.
I have had an empty pitcher a lot of times this year, and like I haven't really been like very forthcoming about it, but it has been a very, very rough year for me. And I tried my best to stay positive, and even then it was still very, very rough, you know.
Mhm.
And I tried to make sure that it never dove into my content, and I always have the best time with friends. Like, that's why I love my content, because it's very real in the sense that I can just have like good times with my friends, and I'm not under any pressure to be something I'm not, and I can be happy with them. But like, when I had to go back to real life and not be in the game anymore, it hit me how much things had changed and how intense the world had gotten, and I just wasn't ready for it. What you said is so valid. Like, we just don't, everybody's always trying to pour themselves out for other people and not realizing that their pitcher's it's run dry for like a bit.
I'm glad that's something I managed to learn this year, and I hope that other people will start to learn it as well. Especially people who do like work that affects others, like whether it be like in any like nursing fields or in like public health, public.
I'm sure they need it, you know. I told the other gals and peoples that I was playing with that, you know, if they didn't have anything that they wanted me to do for them specifically, I could donate to a charity of their choice. Basically anything within my power that I can do. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Now, of course, a vacation to the Bahamas would be great, but obviously,
once this is all over, Siren, I'm picking you up. We're gonna go on a vacation somewhere, yeah?
Hey, listen, I've always wanted to see Australia, and
we could go and visit Todd.
I could boop him with a pool noodle.
And I'll give him a couple whacks with a pool noodle, yeah.
If I had to pick something, I definitely would want it to be either a charity that helps like transgender individuals, being that I'm a transgender person myself, or perhaps a charity that helps people with like psychotic disorders, as I also have a psychotic disorder myself. I can't think of a specific one, but I feel like if you happen to know of any or think of any.
Thank you so much for playing, Siren. This was so wholesome.
And make sure you take care of yourself too. Give yourself self-care days.
Yeah, I definitely have been needing them, you know, so
Eat an entire pizza.
Eat an entire pizza.
It's what I would do.
Alright. Thank you for playing, Siren. I had a lot of fun.
I had a lot of fun too.
So, Nui, tell me.
Yes.
What has your 2020 been like? Getting real deep real quick, yeah?
Non-eventful.
Really?
Yeah, I skipped a year of college because tuition be kind of expensive, and they raised the price, and I said, hell no. And so kind of stopped going to school for a year.
Yeah, it's never too early to just take a break, you know, stand back and reevaluate.
Yeah, definitely. And especially with 2020, staying home and kind of, you know, because you can't see friends and stuff, really good to kind of self-reflect. You actually have time to just sit down and think for yourself.
Nothing but time to just sit down and think,
exactly. Right? Kind of sucks, but kind of great too. Oh, Spitfire. Oh, God. Oh. Bro, Spitfire, bro. The Spitfire spits, but it decorates around. That's what the Spitfire does. It just around the player.
I think I'm gonna have to reiterate the fact that you're my mod, so like it's even funnier for me. So anyway, self-reflection. What did we learn?
Yes. We just gotta slow down, man.
Tell that to everyone else.
Sit, self-reflect, slow down a little bit, take it down a few notches. But yeah, genuinely, I feel like with this generation, a lot of people are struggling on wanting to be successful, to become rich, to become smarter than everyone else at such a young age. A lot of that pressure comes from social media.
You know, you're the first person to actually mention social media. It is so hard to deal with social media while also like living in the times that we are living in, because we literally cannot get away from the negativity. That's why I've had to take repeated breaks during 2020 to just not drown in the negativity. How do you think this year has affected you, and do you think it had any lasting effects on you?
I think just going back to the whole self-reflect thing, and especially with mental health, I think it was good for me to actually sit down and be like, okay, if I'm feeling this emotion, why is this? And what can I do with it? I've never actually, for example, if I was sad, I would never think, oh, okay, if I'm sad, what can I do to let this go away or to make this go away? And if it's not going to go away, then what can I do to handle it? It was always, okay, I'm sad. Yeah, I have class next, moving on.
So you didn't really ever deal with it?
No, I kind of tried to push it all the time. And I think that had to do with, being in school 24/7. My college classes would start from 8:30 and sometimes end at like 9:30 p.m. So it sucked, especially having to work in between those times. Never really had the time to take a breather, just kind of sit and think.
Don't worry. Nui, I missed every shot.
Okay, I got you.
They hit every shot. Nui, I have to ask you this now. Is there anything that I can do for you that will make this 2020 easier for you to stomach, or just easier in general? Is there anything that I can do for you?
That's a good question. I have no clue.
Is there anything that I can make Drew do?
But in the hamster dance.
You
editor,
the hamster dance?
What's good?
But is there anything I can do for you?
I honestly think you've been doing enough. What I mean by that is you making a lot of videos, and for all of us, 2020 has been quite hard.
Yeah.
And just finding that peace of mind and being, especially I feel like for content creators and trying to find their own pace.
Their balance, yeah.
Yeah, good balance between life and, I guess, the online. You've made, well, at least for me, when I watch your videos, it makes me quite happy. And it makes a lot of people happy. This sounds cliche as frick, but I'm just saying. Seeing people and creators being able to make these videos for their audience and making them smile in such a hard time, I think that's kind of what makes content creating worth it. In some ways.
Would you like me to donate to any specific charity of your choice?
I actually have a friend who she lives in the Philippines, and her grandmother is in need of eye surgery.
Oh.
Because something with her eyes and cataract. I don't know exactly what was going on.
Removing her cataracts.
Yeah, and so she needs surgery within, I think, the month or the next 2 months, or else she loses her vision.
We will definitely donate to that. 100%. Ain't no reason to be losing eyes.
That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
When I went to the Philippines, it was for a school trip. It was kind of like a missionary. And I went to an orphanage. Besides it being a mission trip, it was more for my growth. I was struggling a lot during that time when I went. And meeting the workers and having to meet all the children, I don't know, kind of changed my heart a little bit.
Yeah.
And just how I thought about myself. And I said, I think that's kind of the main reason why I wanted to become some sort of educator or a caretaker in the medical field. I'm currently in school for in hopes of becoming either a music teacher or a neurosurgeon, a pediatric surgeon.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, it's always something with kids. I'm so proud of you. You've grown. You're growing. We're all growing. Because I feel like a lot of content creators kind of forget to take off.
Oh yeah,
and
they
have
do.
time for themselves. And as much as games are very fun and to play with friends, sometimes it's good to think about yourself.
That's exactly what Siren said. That's so funny because like a lot of the talks that I've had with different people have led into one another in like the most beautiful of ways. I think that's honestly one of the coolest connections that have been made. It's just like you just have to know when to take care of yourself. And that's just not something that people have ever really done. This day and age, it's just like grin and bear it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Thank you so much for playing, Nui. It was real fun. We shall do it again. Mwah. I give you much love, my dude.
Well, thank you. Me too.